Welcome to the next video in this series. I hope you are enjoying a lot. I actually see your dedication because you have come to this part. That means you have already viewed many previous videos in this particular series. I love your dedication as well. So now, in this video, we are going to continue to update the joint credit cards with the web treatments strategy, right? So before we actually do that, we will understand few concepts theoretically, like data join components, and then we will come back to the practical implementation, right? So now we are going to learn about the data join component. Now, what is a data join component? Yeah. So it enables us to join the data from two components based on a condition. Very simple, right? So there are two components and a component A and component B. Each has its own data. We want to join these two data. It's like you can call it as database table joins. We have inner join, left outer join, right outer join. These kind of joins we'll have, right? So yeah, you can actually relate to that. So we have two data sources. We want to join both of them, right? So this component directly attaches to the data join with a solid line is main. Okay. I will explain you in practically what is meant by a solid line and what is meant by a dotted line, right? Yeah, you can do the inner join and left outer join with this particular data join component, right? So I will explain you in a very practical step. Don't worry about. Okay, I have prepared a very detailed uh, step maybe. So now, as you can see here, right? Um, we have two sources, actions and treatments. Okay. Now this actions is connected with the data join with a solid line. Okay. So as you can see, the component directly attaches to a data join. So this component is directly attached to the data join with a solid line is main source component. So that means this actions is our what? Main source component. Correct? You can also call it as a left source component. One second. Yeah. So this is a primary source. Primary source will always be connected to the data join with a solid line. This is the left source. Now the component connects with a dotted line is a secondary source component. Now this this is the secondary source. Now what is the primary source? We have actions. So this basically stores the actions related information. The secondary source is treatments related information. Okay, I hope you got it. Now we want to join actions with the treatments. Now let us see what actions we are having. We are having standard card and rewards card with value as 10 and 20. And we have two treatments, standard card tile and a standard card email. As you can see, we don't have any treatments for rewards card in the treatments table. We only have two treatments, and these two treatments are for only standard card. One is for web and one is for email. Okay, and we have the treatment code attribute T01 and T02. Now in the data join, I can put a condition. Okay, what condition we are having? PY issue in the actions is equal to PY issue in the treatments. And similarly, PY group in the actions is equal to PY group in the treatments. And similarly, PY name in the actions is equal to PY name in the treatments. So this is the data join condition we have, right? Now in the we will have something called as a properties mapping. Now whenever the condition becomes true, then we have to map the properties from the secondary source to the primary source. It will not happen automatically. So now we are mapping something called as py treatment, okay, from the secondary source to the primary source. See, but we are not mapping the treatment code. So treatment code is also from the secondary source. We are not mapping that. We are only mapping py treatment, right? And we have a checkbox called exclude source component results that do not match the join condition. Suppose if this particular join condition did not match, then we have to exclude those records from the source. So this is source in the sense our primary source, correct? So in our case, we have standard and rewards card. So standard card is having two treatments, but rewards card doesn't have any treatments, correct? That means that rewards card will not qualify any of the data join condition, correct? That means in the results, this rewards card should not be there. Now let us quickly see the results. Boom. So these are our results. It has only standard card. It has only standard card with the PY treatment copied from the secondary source. But we don't have the treatment code, right? So we don't have the treatment code. That means we don't, because in the property mapping we did not do the treatment code mapping, and that is the reason we don't have treatment code. Now let me go to the second slide of this illustration. So the same thing, primary source is actions, secondary source is treatments, the same data join condition. Now here I did not check this checkbox. When you don't check this checkbox, what happens? Even though the condition doesn't matches in the primary source, it will be there in your output. So as you can see here in the properties mapping, the treatment code is equal to treatment code. That means we are also mapping the treatment code from the secondary source to the primary source. Now in the results you can see with the standard card we also have a rewards card. And in the rewards card, the PY treatment and treatment code both are empty because there is no corresponding record in the secondary table, right? Yeah. I hope you got enough information about the data join component. Now let us actually see this in practical. Okay, awesome. Yeah. So first, see, we have, yeah. So first, what we will do is we will actually open the two decision data we have for web, right? So one is web treatments and another one is offer treatments join. Let us open the one which is present in artifacts rule set version, and let us open the join DD. So this is my join DD name. Open this in CDH artifacts class. Now I will explain you our process, how we are going to achieve. So first, we will join offer treatments join with the actions, and we will know the treatments. And next, we will use the web treatments in our decision strategy flow to uh, add the treatment related information onto the strategy. So in order to do that, first we have to use the decision data component to import the results from the decision data. So I will use enrichment and decision data. Now what is our decision data name? Web treatments. So copy the name. Okay. And we don't need to add any join conditions because we want to call it as a standalone. Again, while we are discussing about the decision data component, we also discussed how to, we thought of discussing about calling the decision data component a standalone in the future sessions. So this is a future session for that. Now in the mapping, all the properties are mapped automatically because all these are SR properties only, right? Submit, that's it. So we have the data. Now, from the external input, we will receive what? Actions. Now we want to join the actions with the decision data, the web treatments. So, sorry, I think here instead of web treatments, we have to select offer treatments join. We want to use the join information, correct? Not the web treatment. See, web treatment doesn't have any join information. Offer treatments join only will have the join information. Correct. Now in the offer treatments join, yeah, for I have selected this, that means all the data will be imported from this decision data. Now I want to join this data with the actions coming from my external input. How to do that? Yeah, go to enrichment, data join, and connect the external input to the data join. That means this is our primary source. And double click on the data join and define the secondary source. The secondary source is offer treatments join. And how we want to join the data, right? So For that, I will open offer treatments to join and I will export this. Let us define how we can join the data, right? So here we have the action related information, PY issue, PY group, PY name, and the channel, okay? And also we have a treatment as well, correct? So that means this is the joining information we have to use. So with this particular combination, whatever the treatment we have to join that, correct? So I will use the same join condition in my data join. So I will add four conditions over here. So the first one would be PY issue. Second one would be PY group. And then the third one would be PY name. So this is the action name you can call it as. And finally, we have PY channel. Yeah, channel is also important, right? Even though we are only doing it for web channel, but yeah, it's okay to select this. Now I will select this exclude source component results that do not match the join condition. This means that if an action doesn't have any treatment, then that will be dropped, correct? And the name will be join actions with treatments. Submit. Now let us see how this actually works before we extend this strategy. Okay. So in the data transform, yeah, I will put test customer V2 only. And in the external input, if a strategy has external input, that means it has to get the data from previous strategy. Correct. Now my previous strategy is inbound channels custom V2. I will put this strategy name. I will specify a single component. In my case, it is external input. Okay, I don't want to specify anything. That is fine for me. Um, I think I have to specify, right? Maybe let us see if we have. Why does it not showing any components? Let us check in this and let us verify if it shows any component. So it's not showing up for a for not sure what is the reason for that. Okay, what I will do is we have this next best credit card V3. Okay, I will use this because anyways the data will be going into this strategy only, right? And the actions will be coming to this strategy. I can directly go ahead and use that strategy. And I will use a specific component. I want to use set channel and direction. So set channel and direction, and I will click on save and run. Ideally, it should have two records. One is the rewards card and okay, why does it not have standard card? It should have both, right? Let us see in this strategy. Okay, so for this customer, it is only showing up the rewards card because it is a persona data transform, right? So the attributes present in this doesn't match our proposition filter. That is why we are able to see the rewards card over here. So I will not use this data transform. Maybe I will try to use our own data transform, which is created, which is setup customer data with the customer ID as one and channel as web and direction as inbound. Okay, and let us click on save and run. When you click on save and run, yeah, in the set property, we'll be able to see the two offers. One is rewards card, and another one is standard card. And I will copy the same data transform, and we will use the same data transform for our test panel use case over here. And the customer ID is one, channel is web, and direction is inbound. Okay. Now I'll click on save and run. When you click on save and run, the external input will have maybe two offers. One is rewards card and another one is standard card. Correct? Now, when I click on the decision data, it has four results. So one is for standard card, rewards plus card, premium rewards card. That means we have four treatments, one for each action. Now we want to join the data, correct? So in the external input we have two, and in the decision data we have four. Now in the data join we have two. One is for rewards card, and the rewards card is actually joined with this decision data. Uh, and we also have a standard card because this decision data contains the treatments for both standard and rewards card. That is why we are able to see two results from this data join component. Now let us double click on this data join component and go to the properties mapping. So in order to get the attributes from the secondary source to the primary source when the data is joined, so we have to do the data join mapping, properties mapping. So here I want to copy PY treatment and I will click on save and run. And when I click on the data join component, okay, I can see an attribute called treatment. So in this treatment, I have rewards card type. So by the way, this is a rewards card action. If I go to the second page, for the standard card, we have the treatment as standard card type. So that means the properties has been mapped properly. Okay. So now our next step is to actually store action related attributes. I will tell you why. So, but before that, I will have a set property component. And in the set property component, I will save some action attributes, namely issue group name, image URL, click through URL, PY label, start date, end date. Okay. And I will make the PY issue, PY group, PY name, start date, and end date as empty. Why I will tell you in the upcoming component. So for now, I want to save the attributes. I mean, basically, I want to copy the attributes into a different temporary attributes. So the target issue is equal to PY issue, and the target group is equal to PY group. Okay, and the target action is equal to PY name. All right, and then we are going to save image URL and click through URL as well in temporary properties called as temp string one. These are out of the box properties. So although also these as well, all these attributes which we are actually seeing are out of the box properties because we are just recreating whatever which is present as out of the box. So the temp string one will hold image URL, and then the temp string two will hold click through URL. Okay. Now let us also save py label, start date, and end date. So I will use temp string three. So this is for py label, and we will use temp date one and temp date two attributes to store start date and end date of the action. See why we are saving these attributes. You might have already guessed. So in the next step, we want to join the treatments with action. So we will not use the data join component now. We will directly include the decision data in the strategy path. So when we do that, what will happen? All the attributes will be overridden, like PY issue, group name, all this will be overridden. So when these are overridden, the actual action names, click through URLs, start date and end date will also go because these attributes are also present in the web treatments decision data. Okay. Now before doing that, we will also make our attributes to null. So py issue is equal to null, py group is equal to null, py name is equal to null, image URL is equal to null, and click through URL is also null. And finally, start date and end date is also null. So we have emptied all the attributes. Okay, awesome. So we have took the backup of all the attributes. So I will name it as save action properties, submit. Now the next important step which we are going to do is we are going to call another decision data component, and we are going to call our web treatments. Okay. And this web treatments will be joined with all our actions based on, see, our action will have an attribute called py treatment, correct? In our first data join, we have we have formed this py treatment by joining with join dd. So we are joining py treatment with py name. So in the web treatments, we have an attribute called py name. Suppose if I open this standard card tile, it actually opens a proposition. You can see in the name attribute we have standard cut tile, but for action we have it in py treatment. So somehow it is not actually showing up. Let me delete, submit. Mm, okay, web treatments does not exist. Okay, so here I have to select applies to class. So here there are two options. So we have to select applies to class because the web treatments is present in um, data decision request customer. So add an item. So in our action, we are storing the treatment name in py treatment attribute. In the rule, in the decision data, we are storing it in py name. So and in the mapping, automatically all the properties will be mapped. Py issue, py group, py name. So if these are automatically mapped, the existing attributes will be overridden. So that is the reason we have already saved the action attributes prior to this web treatments decision data. Right. So now what we can actually do is we will add a filter now and filter out inactive treatments. So in order to do that, we have an attribute called py is proposition active. If it is always, then this treatment is available. So I will just put active treatments. That's it. See, we can also do an extensive validation as well, like validating the start and end date time, which I'm not doing currently. Okay, like similar to the engagement policies like eligibility, applicability, and suitability, we will also have treatment eligibility, right? For every treatment, for every kind of treatments, we will have a treatment eligibility. So since we are focusing on web treatments, so we have a rule called as web treatment eligibility. Okay, and we have to supply the data from the customer page. Okay, so when I actually pass the customer, it is not showing up. It is only showing a single page. So I have to define it on my pages and classes. So submit, go to the pages and classes, and quickly define the page name. So customer, and the class would be ubank cdh data customer. Awesome. So yeah, we are not going to configure any web treatment eligibilities now, right? So you can actually uh, self-learn on yourself what is web treatment eligibility, etc. Maybe if possible, I will try to discuss that in our future sessions as well. So now, see, we have saved a few properties, right? Now we have to set those properties back to the actual attributes. So let me start with py issue, py group, py name. So py issue will be what? Dot target issue. And now py group. is equal to target group, and py name is equal to target action. And we have py label. So py label, we have stored it in temp string 3. Okay. And then we have start and end dates. So this start date is the start date of an action, not the treatment. And we have saved it in something called a temp date 1. Okay. And finally, we have left with the two other attributes called image URL and click-through URL. Let us copy them as well. So image URL. So how do we actually copy? Suppose, see, the image URL will be present in both action and also a treatment. Now we want to decide. So if the treatment is having an image URL, we have to send that particular URL to the front end system or to the customer, let us say. So here we can write down a condition. So if dot image URL is equal to null, so if image URL is equal to null, okay, then we are going to use the actions image URL, which is stored in temp string 1. Otherwise, we are going to use the image URL only, right? So submit, and we are going to do the same thing for click-through URL as well. So if the click-through URL is equal to null, then we are going to use temp string 2. Otherwise, we are going to use same click-through URL. Okay, submit. That's all done. So here I will update this to set final properties. Maybe this is the name, and click on submit and save. Boom. So we are done with this particular strategy, and I will click on save and run. So when you click on save and run, and in the results component, we have two because we don't have any treatment eligibility defined. That is why all the two attributes are being passed. So for the first one, you can see that. Okay, I will go one by one. See, in this set property, we are setting target issue, target group, target action, and temp string 1, temp string 2 are empty because image URL and click through URL are empty in the action. And so this is my what is temp string 3? I don't remember. Let us see it. py label, yeah, this is py label. And then we have temp date 1 and temp date 2. Those will also be empty. Somehow these are not being shown over here, but that's okay. Those will be empty because we also don't have dates inside the action, right? Now when I click on this decision data, if I scroll up, you can see few attributes are nullified. One of the example is issue. Where is issue? Py issue. Okay, scroll up. Yes. See, you can see the business issue has been nullified. Group has been nullified. Why this is nullified? Because in the web treatments, we will not have py issue and py group. We will only have py name. So py issue and py group are empty. That is why these two are nullified. And also few other attributes will also be nullified. And that is why we have saved our action properties earlier. Now we are only filtering active treatments. So since both are active treatments, two treatments are coming out of this filter. And in the web treatment eligibility also those two treatments has been coming. And in the final properties, see, When I click on this filter, you can see the business issue and group are empty. And in the final properties, all those attributes are regained, right? You can see the business issue and group with their, which are having new values. Now I will click on check-in. I will go to the main strategy now, and then let us click on run. Let us run it. Awesome. So now our strategy is ready. Let me close these things. Okay. Now in the setup customer data, customer ID 1, channel web, direction is inbound. If I click on save and run, so the results should have both standard card and rewards card with treatments attached. So when I click on results, if I scroll down, you can see there is, okay. So the treatment is missing, right? So, and you can see all other attributes, but somehow the treatment is missing. When I click on this as well, you can see the treatment over here. Okay, but why does this result component doesn't have any treatment? Uh, right. So why? Because here we have an issue. We haven't deleted this. Okay, that is the issue. When I click on save and run, we have only one path. Now the results will have only two results, right? Two results. One is rewards card, another one is standard card. Now the rewards card is having a treatment information, rewards card tile, and you can also find another attribute, other attributes like language, etc. Say language is English. These are all coming from treatments itself. If I go to the standard card, you can see here the standard card tile. Right. Now I will call my persona data transform, persona 14, and in the channel context, I will be selecting my channel context which we have created earlier. Okay, let us copy from here. I forgot the name. So this is the name, right? Inbound web credit cards. Put it over and click on save and run. So since this persona is having data only which will be qualified for rewards card, as you can see, it only qualified for rewards card, but the treatment information has been joined up. All right. Yeah. So we are end of this session. So we have seen how we can associate treatments with actions, and we have seen how treatments are defined as an out of the box in the backend with the two decision data, right? One is joint decision data, and another one is actual decision data. So now in our next session, we are going to um, understand a new feature in the sense for this use case. Suppose if this offer has been already sent to a customer, we don't want to send it again, right? So we want to see that kind of use case. So see you in the next video, guys. Until then, keep learning.